Hi everybody, I'm Sarah.
I'm Brian.
And we're the Big Blue House Homestead. Today we've got some projects going on, and we've had a lot going on here in the last couple weeks, but I haven't been able to keep everybody updated because we have been so busy. Not only has it been the garden getting planted and new trees coming through, but we've had chicken coops, being extended, also brooding and hatching chicks, and that's just crazy busy stuff. But today Brian's working on an important project for us, and that is
The pool.
Yeah.
Which here's part of the frame. I still got to go all the way around with the poles, make sure everything's lining up correctly, and then I'll start taking up the grass and then putting down the sand to make everything level.
Yeah, so we purchased the pool a few weeks back, but because we've had so much going on, we didn't have a chance to actually put it in yet. And I told him it's starting to get hot, summer's here, the kids are ready, they keep asking, so we're just gonna get it pushed out and get a pool put up.
Yep.
Okay, so besides that, I wanted to show you some of the updates on some of the other projects he's been doing. He's been doing a really good job around here, especially working full-time. On his days off or in between times before and after work, he has been working and getting things done for us. So let's go talk about some of those projects real quick. Okay, so one of the major projects that we put in this year was to build the fence around the garden. And Brian built these beautiful little gates for me. I hung some baskets on them and threw some flowers in because, you got to make something pretty. But yeah, we've ended up getting the entire garden completely fenced. And that way I don't have to worry about the deer coming through as much. I haven't had any issues since we put it up. Just had some issues with some small guys, possibly that skunk that's been hanging out. I think he got in and ate all my celery, but we'll see. But we went ahead and we laid all the area down to plant my pumpkins in and got that finished. And then, of course, the trampoline melons, which are actually growing and doing great. So I'm happy with that. But let's go show you what he did with the chicken coop. Okay, first of all, lots of piles of wood, lots of projects coming up. And then we got our big sandbags to lay underneath the pool. And my first question was, do we get to keep those bags? And Brian said, yeah. And I said, cool, I'm planting potatoes in them next year. So I'm going to have a giant potato bag now. Oh, you want to meet the rooster first? That's Newt. He was supposed to be in charge of all of my fantastic beasts here in the yard, all of my girls. But I do not like that rooster. I have not liked him since, I guess, the day he was born. He was fine as a baby and terrible. So that's why I hatched up more chicks, because we're going to try to replace Mr. Newt over here. He's very mean, very rough with the girls and very, very mean. All right, so you can't see the deer netting, but this is how we keep our chickens contained. We run it all the way up, and it's actually 2 rows of this netting. It's like a plastic fencing, but it helps me. I don't have to clip at the wings as much. A lot of them don't fly over except the white chickens, and they actually go on the top of the coop. But that's the old chicken coop. It was here when we moved here. I'm getting ready to pull the blankets down and get it cleaned back out again because it's about time. But I only have 2 nesting boxes in there, so Brian built me this. And if you want to see if it works, see, lots of eggs today. Got a couple up in this one, but they don't lay in all the boxes. They just kind of do their own thing. But they at least lay in there, that's the whole purpose. But we just put a tin ceiling on it for now. We haven't had enough rain that has come through and done any damage to it. So I don't think we're going to actually put sides up. Putting this little pavilion thing with the tin roof, I think actually makes it a lot easier. Smaller project. Plus it's easier to get the eggs. And then if girls go broody, I can see them better. But yeah, so that's one of his major projects he did for me. Yeah, see, this is an old pool frame. That's going to be one of my next projects. I'm going to have to get in here and clean this all up, get it put back together because it's, falling apart. It's been sitting for a year. But I'm going to get put back together and then put chicken wire around it. And this is what I'm actually going to use as my tractor for my baby chicks as soon as they're big enough to put out here. And I'll keep them in the middle of the yard, and that way all the other chickens will go around them and they'll get used to each other and everything will work out. I just saw this as I was leaving. Look, they're turning red. So that's going to be another big project for me. Not sure if these are black raspberries or if they're black berries. It's hard to tell the difference sometimes. But I've got this big patch over here that's just completely full. It runs all the way over. And then I have 3 acres completely full. So I'll show you how much I got to work with over there. And then you can see what my next big project's going to be. All right, the only downside to putting this fence up was instead of walking straight through to that gate in the back, I have to walk all the way around. Didn't put my boots on, I just have flip-flops, so hopefully there's no snaky snakes back here. All right, so this is all the area that we have not been able to clear. It really needs to get bush hogged, but we don't own the equipment to do that. And I do a lot of this just with a push mower, to be honest with you. That and a bush axe. I come out and chop down and make spaces. But back here, there's a humongous cluster of those berries. I mean, huge. It's actually probably 6 or 7 big clusters. And then all between these trees, all the way over is completely full. And then it just keeps going. So I'm going to get out here and get this all mowed so I can start picking these berries since they're getting ready to start turning black. Let me see if I can get a close-up of any of these that are over here. Well, it's probably as close as I'm going to get just because I only have on flip-flops. But all of this area completely. All of this. Okay, but all of that is all berries. All the way through. And it just keeps going back here, just full of berries. And so I need to come out and mow paths and get to these so that we can make jams and pancake syrup and all those fun stuff. But so you can even see all this right here is new growth. That's new canes that came up. So that should start producing berries as well. But yeah, look. That's what I'm dealing with. Lots of growth. But hey, backside of the garden. You can see the garden and then to the house. And all that back part of the property. All right, so I made it out of the field. And now my dilemma is, do I want to walk back through all this tall stuff again? Or do I want to walk all the way around? I think I'll just go through the tall stuff. All right, I thought since I was out here, I'd go ahead and start harvesting some of these radishes. I've been picking a lot and harvesting a lot lately. I pulled the peas and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, gonna go ahead and get some radishes done. Look, purple radishes. This one that I'm pulling right now is a Halloween mix, and it had purple and white and all sorts of stuff, orange. But yeah, nice little radishes here. Don't know what I'm going to do with these. I've already pickled a bunch, turned a bunch into kimchi. And now what I'm looking at is possibly just trying to can some up. And then I can save them for later in the year. Or maybe I'll just freeze some. Make my honey balsamic radishes and freeze them. Because those actually freeze really, really well. Lots of different radishes here. All right, these are Helios. I didn't know much about them, but they're little yellow radishes. I don't know if they're spicy or if they're sweet, because all radishes have a different flavor. So let's go ahead and pick some of these and we'll throw those in with this batch too. Oh no! The borage flower fell off. Look how big these things are getting. Soon they'll be full of blooms, but if their blooms are falling, then that means I need to start picking some. All right, this is the last little patch that I have. I think these were supposed to be French breakfast, but they didn't get very long. They just stayed round. I don't know. I have to look at my notes again. I planted quite a few. And if you ever pick radishes, sometimes wearing gloves helps. Yeah, they're supposed to be French breakfast, but that one looks a little funky. But wearing gloves will help because they do get spiky. These are the black Spanish radishes, and see they're already going to bolt and going to seed. So I'm going to see if any of these are ready. I don't know how big they're supposed to be, but I'm going to pull probably this big one right here. That's a pretty good sized radish. It's a new brand to me. I've never had these before, the black Spanish. I was expecting them to get bigger around, but you know, I am not going to be picky. All right, this is the last patch that I have, and I don't know if I'm going to get big ones out because I've already been plucking the big ones, but there's still nice radishes in here. Alright, so Brian's got a lot of this pool put together already. We're going to get the sand laid. I picked a giant basket of radishes. Let me show you that. Yeah, so a nice big giant basket of radishes. Happy about that. We'll probably have those tonight. Possibly do the honey balsamic again. I don't know. We'll see because we're grilling chicken. Brian's going to grill some chicken.
Yep. Whole chicken on the grill.
Yep, a whole chicken on the grill. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up so that we can get back to work and get the rest of our day going. You don't have too much more after this except just the sand, right?
Yeah. And make sure everything's level.
Sanding and all right, putting down the sand, making sure it's level, and then we can start with the liners and filling and all that good stuff. So pool will be up soon. You happy?
Yeah.
You excited?
It'll be open like maybe a week or something.
Yes.
Yeah, about a week. Are you going to go swimming?
Yeah.
All the time?
Yeah, I probably have to learn first.
You'll be all right. You'll remember you were swimming before.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to get to work, and thank you guys for stopping by, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Say bye, Brandon. Say bye.
Bye.